yes, Daddy. 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 Yes.
I feel like he probably hates being called daddy at this point. The whole world is doing it. This poor, poor man. So poor, apparently, that around the time of the last episode of season 1 of The Last of Us airing, another piece of media starring Pedro Pascal was released. Not The Mandalorian, not another show, but instead a trilogy of ads for a popular mobile game called Merge Mansion. Once again, a phone game ad, 3 of them technically, Pedro stars in. Randomly, they appear around the exact same time as, like, the biggest show in the world, arguably, is airing with him as the main character. Why is that, you ask? Well, I have a couple theories that me and a couple people online have been sifting together, and I would like to share them with you today. I hope you like our darker setup. It's because I'm recording this at night because I have lost control of my days. Also, it's been a little while, so like I have a shelf now. This used to just be a pile of shit in the back. We're actually getting our lives together, slowly but surely. So first, let me give you some info on Merge Mansion. It's a game from a company called Metacore, which actually it's their only game, but Merge Mansion is such a massive success that I think it's the only game they need for now. What is Grandma hiding? Well, it's a question that piqued the interest of millions of players, and because of that, Metacore is doing very well. Multi-million dollars well. More things will come out in the future. They've actually announced new things are coming, but for now, we just have the one. And what I think clicked for Merge Mansion is that the trend of merge games, which is basically what I would argue is a subgenre of the classic Candy Crush and Bejeweled games, the color item matching games, but instead of you combining 3 like orange things or 3 red things, you combine 2 things into a larger thing and then 2 larger things into an even larger thing until you specifically get items that you need to unlock certain quests in the game. They were definitely not the first people to create this type of game, but they caught onto the trend and they worked with it. And on top of that, there's a current increase in mystery-specific film and TV shows that are coming out right now. Everybody say thank you, Rian Johnson. These ads they create make a great hook. What is Grandma hiding? All you have to do is play some Candy Crush and you might find out. The frustrating issue is that ads like these are baked into almost every single app, every single use of our phones. You see these things endlessly, and they're really annoying. And if you don't have YouTube Premium, like yours truly, you've noticed that these ads that we get even on YouTube are longer and less skippable. And when you want to like look down at your phone because you don't want to look at the ad on your computer or on your screen, you look down and then there's another ad for a mobile game that's being shot into your eyes. It just feels inescapable. Like I should be able to scroll through Instagram without Mud Girl. Oh my god, help her. She's dying. She's literally covered in a dress of mud. And then side note, if you play Project Makeover, I don't think that ever appears. Or at least I made my roommate do it because I didn't want to do it and they didn't see it. Now don't get me wrong, some of these ads for these mobile games are incredible.
Who is this woman? He already has a high-level title. How could he steal like a civilian like you? You.
Andrew, president of the Summer Girl? How dare you hurt my girl? You, how do you know him?
Because I'm playing Immortal Diaries.
This game not only has gameplay like changing clothes and raising pets, but also allow you to interact and fall in love with 4 powerful and mysterious male protagonists.
But they're exhausting to see and they're harder to dodge. Who thought like the downfall of capitalism would end with these grotesque, insane animated images that are just trying to rip as much money out of you as possible? Well, I guess we could have guessed it, but like I didn't think it'd be like this. Anyway, because of the fact that they're forced upon you and they're kind of dumb and annoying, these ads are a little frowned upon, is the way that I will phrase it. And a major actor tying their name to them is not something that you would expect. So Pedro doing the finale of Last of Us, once again, one of the biggest shows of the year, and definitely my favorite, where he is the main character. I mean, well, they kind of got me. They got me right here. I wanted to see what all the hype was about, and now that I've played it for a few weeks, and it's fine. The merge gameplay is fun. The big issue is that almost immediately you run out of space because you're trying to merge so many different items. On the plus side, when you don't pay for anything, you actually run out of materials fairly quickly, so the game forces you to stop. So you can only really play the game in these quick little bursts, which is easy for me because then I'm not just like doing it endlessly for hours, and it feels less like it's sucking all the time out of my life. But when you need a quick shot of dopamine like right into the eye, it's perfect for that. And of course, as these games are, you could always spend the money and it'll be faster and it'll be more fun. But if my 2 years of playing Genshin Impact without spending a penny have taught me anything, is that you can wait, play the game, grind a little, do not spend that real money. Never spend that real money. Anyway, yeah, it is addictive. The plot of Grandma like hiding something is there, but barely. It takes like multiple days of you slowly merging items together just to happen upon like a random cutscene where she tells you like, oh, that's weird, and then she doesn't give you any info. I've been playing for weeks and I really haven't gotten that far, so it is a slow process. But of course it is, because if you find out what Grandma did, the game is over and then they don't make their money. Quick editor note, which basically is I did get to like the point in which in the story where she has like the cutscene in the police car, someone comes up to your main girl and is like, oh my god, Grandma's being arrested. And it is the he is alive hand thing. It's like a cutscene, like it is in the game itself, which is shocking because it's just been these like clip art-y images and like nothing else. And what was infuriating is that I thought, okay, for the next like couple rooms I have to like create in the game, that I would not have Grandma there and I'd be like questioning it or I'd be finding evidence without her. But literally the next little cutscene you have, she comes back. She immediately is like, I'm just back, the cops let me go. And your character is like, what happened? She's like, I don't want to talk about it, and leaves. And I've been playing much longer after that and they just let it go. So it's, even when they give you like a juicy moment, it absolutely just falls to the wayside because they don't actually ever want to expand upon the plot, which is frustrating. And it's actually like, not that any this really matters, but an actual genuine critique that I have, which is that when you finish levels or like rooms or outdoor areas, like you get like a cutscene, but the cutscene is nothing. And like, I would have loved tiny hints so that the fan base that I guess I'm fucking part of now actually can start like theorizing what's actually happening. But they give you no information other than the information that's already in the ads of like what is Grandma hiding. And I'm like really working through the game. Like I'm definitely past half point, like of all the rooms that they have, and I got no info. So it truly doesn't actually even kind of give you anything to hold on to. I just am an obsessive person and cannot stop until I am done. But yeah, nothing. I've seen stronger mysteries, but obviously it can't be that intense because then it won't have a general audience. It does make playing Candy Crush more fun. Like, I wish Candy Crush had a murder in it. Also, the music for these mobile games kind of slays. Like, I'm not sure who put their whole pussy into making the background songs for a Candy Crush game. It shocked me. I was literally turning 2 wrenches into a bigger wrench, and then I've caught myself actually humming the song, which is embarrassing. Anyway, back to our main point. Why the fuck is Pedro Pascal in this ad? Well, before that, let me address the other elephant in the room, which is that Kathy Bates is already there. She's already been doing these ads. And listen, like, Pedro Pascal right now is definitely like one of the largest household names. He is everywhere. He has a huge fan base. We love him. I obviously, big fan. But Kathy Bates is an Academy Award-winning actress. She's been an icon in the industry for decades. And the idea of her doing a Merge Mansion ad is so shocking to me, almost more than Pedro, because like, what the fuck is she doing there? She doesn't need the money. She doesn't need, it doesn't give her any clout. What's happening? They bagged 2 major actors, and I want to know why. And the internet questioned this extremely, which is not surprising because like, what the hell are they paying them? How are they doing this? Well, from earlier confirmation, we already know that they have the money. The money is there. These mobile games are played by millions of people, and they definitely have the cash to cover these actors, at least for a few days. This is the conclusion that Danny Gonzalez made when he actually made a video about this. He's actually made a couple, where basically his final statement is like, the answer is that they paid them a fuck ton of money, which I am inclined to agree, but The important factor that I feel like is left out is the PR of it all. A-listers almost never do this. It's why you don't have like Leo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence doing like an episodes ad, which I would love to see, or Kate Blanchett doing a Project Makeover ad. And not to actually insult the game developers, though some of them require some ridicule. But compared to prestige film and TV, these mobile game ads would be considered lesser than what these A-listers are used to. Most publicists would have a heart attack if they just saw one of their clients randomly appear in a game ad like this. And most actors would turn it down. And Metacore has basically acknowledged the weirdness of it all on their Twitter, where they're sharing ads that go into like the bizarre ad with Pedro Pascal. Like they understand that it's weird, and honestly it works for them. A mystery about an ad for a game that's shrouded in mystery. It's a good strategy. It's a good PR campaign. Like I see why it worked well for Metacore. They're banking off of the idea that you're like, why is he here? But once again, the bigger question is, why did he do it? And why did Kathy do it? So let's get into my theories. Theory one, and the more obvious one, which is kind of what Danny said, which is just that they paid them so well that they just were like, whatever, because you can afford to just throw a lot of money and get these major actors. And personally, I'm once again inclined to believe that that might be true. I just feel like publicity-wise, they wouldn't take such a weird hit because actors are very, what's the word that I'm thinking of that's not insulting? Proud of the stuff that they put out. And I don't think they would stoop to a mobile game ad unless there was something else there, because once again, there's a lot of ways for you to get money when you're a major A-lister. So there's a chance that maybe they were offered something else under the table. I'm not sure what it is, like some other reasoning to put them on board. Obviously, I would not know because I am not in Pedro Pascal's walls yet. Theory 2, Kathy and Pedro are fans of the game. I mean, it is possible that they both play it, but like, I doubt that. I find it hard to believe, but if it were true, it would make sense that they'd be like, yeah, I like that game. Theory 3, they didn't know what they were shooting. It could have just been a short that they agreed to be in. I also doubt this because these actors are definitely getting a series of different offers that they have to like very intensely sift through. And they wouldn't accept something that's so sketchy that they wouldn't know what it was. It also implies that they're like a little stupid, which I don't believe. Theory 4, the Merge Mansion Metacore company whole thing is gearing up to basically release a longer live action version of this, or animated, that would include Pedro and Kathy as they have signed on to bigger film roles. They've both done voiceover work in the past before, so I wouldn't be super shocked if this was a larger release that they had and they just had to agree to do these shorts first. It could be an animated film, it could be a series of episodes or something along that line. Some larger version of it may come out. Personally, I don't know if Kathy Bates would be part of it, because if you look at the Pedro Pascal ads that are more recent, they recasted the grandma. That could be because they just couldn't get Kathy and Pedro on the same day, or it could be because she's no longer part of it, which honestly I'm hoping for. I hope she gets out of there and goes back to, you know, the shows and films that she's used to. I also don't know for sure about this because I just have no evidence to imply that it's true, even though I've been searching. Metacore has no info online. They are just some random company in Finland that's just vibing with Merge Mansion and possibly other games. They have not said a word. And Pedro's only actual public response about the ads is just another ad for the game going into the mystery that he obviously did not write himself. My last theory, it can be theory 5, but it's whatever, is that Pedro just thought it was funny and did it because he'd be like, wouldn't it be funny if I just appeared in this Merge Mansion ad? Which I wouldn't put past him, but I doubt that's the case, because why would he actually commit multiple days to a bit that, honestly, I don't know. I don't believe it. I don't think so. Personally, I believe theory 4, which is that they got paid a lot of money, but they also agreed to be in some larger deal where they do these little ads for some larger release. If that is the case, really cool. If not, it's probably number 1, they just got paid a bunch of money. I just feel like we're missing something, and like, yeah, that's not good investigative journalism to not have that answer, but I did not major in that. At the end of the day, it was actually a nice surprise when you're usually stuck watching thousands of these tiny, disastrous little ads that you can't skip, to see these faces that I actually knew and like and wasn't expecting, and like, the campaign was a, you know, strategy to get me to get the game, which worked, but it was fun. I enjoyed the mystery. I wish that games would work harder to intrigue me with a well-told story, but their current method of bombarding my phone with these ads and making them unskippable is already doing pretty well, so I don't expect them to change. Anyway, that is quite literally all I had to say. I've just been playing this for a while, so I needed to condense all of my thoughts into one video and release it at you. Once again, I hope you like our spooky setup. Know that whenever it's like this, it's because I'm recording at night, and it's never my plan. I never plan to record late. I have not posted in a very long time. It is just difficult with life. I usually am working on a show that takes up all of my time, and it's just hard to do anything else. But in my free time, especially with a possible strike coming up, I am hoping to post more often if anything ever enters my brain ever again, which you guys will be first to know. Anyway, it's been fun. In normal fashion, I will end this video by just saying bye. I don't want an outro. You guys don't need that from me. My tiny little update at the end is that while editing this video, I am still playing Merge Mansion. It has not gotten better. It's actually gotten worse, but it has taken control of my entire life. I won't pay for anything. I just am no longer having fun. I no longer care about what grandma is hiding. I simply just want my own time back, but I wake up every day, and the first thing I do is open Merge Mansion because I know that the things that I've been letting them load throughout the night are ready so I can hit the little buttons. And that's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. To Metacore, you have taken my youth and ruined my life, and I will never recover. And know that when I die, I will haunt your graves. No, I'm in the grave. I will haunt your living lives